Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As always, we'll be bringing you the biggest news from the fight world. Tune in and enjoy. Don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with all the latest. And here we are.
Ready? Yeah. Let's go.
Jon Jones versus Tom Aspinall is all but done, at least according to Chael Sonnen. According to Sonnen, the highly anticipated UFC Heavyweight Championship unification bout between Jones and Aspinall has been agreed in principle, and there's even a date the promotion has in mind.
So, Chael, are you breaking news right now that Jon Jones is fighting Tom Aspinall at International Fight Week? Are you confident enough to say that you think that's what's happening?
No, I am confident enough to tell you that that fight is done, though. That fight is agreed all the way down to the date. That I do have a confidence to tell you. International Fight Week would make perfect sense. I personally, just in my heart, I always thought they were going to go back to New York.
Okay, everybody ready?
Let's do this.
Conor McGregor is stirring the pot again. The biggest star in the history of MMA hasn't competed in nearly 4 years, but is talking about what it would take to return to the UFC's Octagon. Following the business success of WrestleMania 41 in Las Vegas, McGregor reacted on Twitter, laying out a condition for his return. McGregor followed up his return tweet with a message to Chandler, and Chandler is all for it. Shortly after McGregor's posts, the former Bellator champion responded, signaling his interest.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Ian Machado Garry is hyping fans up for his next fight on Saturday. The rising welterweight star makes his first Octagon appearance in 2025, when he faces Carlos Paredes in the main event of UFC Kansas City. Stepping up for a tough matchup is the message Garry puts over in his latest promo video.
I'll never say no to a fight. It doesn't matter who you put in front of me. Throw me into the fire. Stack the odds against me. I fear no man. Not even myself.
Garry is confident he'll put a stop to the Fight Nerds hype at UFC Kansas City. Garry took on social media to poke fun of Paredes for a past MMA loss in China when he quit mid-fight, saying the Brazilian showed the true fighting spirit of a quitter.
Did you see it? Here, look at this. This is a video of Carlos Paredes and his true fighting spirit, called being a quitter. He'd just been beaten up all the rounds prior, puts his hand up, shakes his head, says, "I'm done," and then just drops on the ground in absolute despair because he knows that deep down, he's not a fighter.
Your words now.
Estamos aqui treinando, ó. Enquanto o Young Garry tá na internet falando merda, tá com muito tempo livre. Tô aqui treinando pro dia 26, enchendo de murro na boca. Depois ele vai ficar falando que ele não teve tempo pra treinar, porque tava na internet falando merda. Arrombado.
What? Why you speak English, lady?
Dricus du Plessis clapped back at Khamzat Chimaev. On Sunday, the rumor mill began to swirl about the UFC middleweight champion suffering an injury, which may have postponed a planned championship bout with Chimaev at UFC 317 in June. Chimaev then voiced his thoughts on Twitter on Sunday, calling du Plessis out. "This guy biggest bullshit," Chimaev wrote. Du Plessis jumped into the comments of Chimaev's post to state his case on the matter and accusing Chimaev of throwing stones in a matter of speaking. "Let's take a look at the last 2.5 years and tell me who's bullshit," du Plessis responded. Since Chimaev's tweet, surging contender Caio Borralho has called for a fight with Chimaev, even suggesting an interim title fight with the undefeated finisher. Movsar Yevloyev plans to break Alexander Volkanovski, promises straight striking in title fight. He has never lost, and he doesn't expect that to change if he fights for the UFC featherweight title.
If I fight you, I'll just push him to the wall. So don't let him run from me. Yeah, so don't let him move. Yeah. And then he has to like do exchanging with me. So then he will tire, or I'll break him. Because I think I know that I have bigger power, better wrestling, and I can control this guy 5 rounds or finish.
Oh my God! Wow!
Sean Strickland is putting up all-star numbers against YouTubers and social media content streamers. Recently, the former UFC middleweight champ had a sparring session with content creator Nick Nair-Cena at Extreme Couture in Las Vegas. Nair-Cena dropped a clip of the spar on Twitter to tease a video release, and as expected, it went very, very poorly for Nair-Cena.
Okay. We gotta quit.
Don't run, Nick. Get to the ground, Nick. No.
No way. This is crazy.
The UFC is free to negotiate with any potential partner as talks heat up for the company's next broadcast rights deal, but is Netflix already out of the running? As a 7-year deal with ESPN comes to an end at the close of 2025, the UFC is reportedly seeking around $1 billion per year with the new broadcast rights deal. With WWE inking a massive 5-year, $10 billion contract to bring Monday Night Raw to Netflix, there was immediate speculation that the UFC might do the same, considering they're both owned by TKO Group Holdings. That said, Netflix co-CEO Ted Sarandos was asked about the company's interest in UFC or other sports rights available right now, such as Major League Baseball, but he seemed to double down on the streaming service, staying mostly focused on one-off events, rather than investing in an entire broadcast rights package.
A series of content-related questions from analysts, beginning with Rich Greenfield from Lightshed. There are 4 major sports properties available right now. How should we think about the strategic fit for Netflix in terms of number 1, the UFC, number 2, WWE Premium Live Events, number 3, F1, and number 4, Major League Baseball?
Thanks, Rich. I do want to remind you that our live strategy is beyond just sports. So I'm not going to comment on any of those specific opportunities at this time. But I will steer you back to the letter to show you that our live event strategy is unchanged, and we remain really focused on the big breakthrough events. Our audiences love them, and so anything we chase in the event space or the sports space is a deal that have to make economic sense as well. So live is a relatively small part of our content spend. We have about 200 billion view hours, so small relative to view hours too. But that being said, all viewing is not equal. What we have seen with live is this very outsized positives around conversation and acquisition, and we suspect retention. And we're really excited to keep building on that. We have the Taylor Serrano fight in July. That's a rematch from when they fought the first time on the Tyson Paul fight night. It was the most watched women's sporting event in U.S. history. So there's a lot of excitement around that. The NFL, of course, is a great property, and we're happy to have the Christmas Day games. So we opted into the second NFL game for Christmas Day. So we'll be presenting all-day football again on December 25th, 2025. Really exciting. And then today, our live adventures have all been primarily in the U.S., but we intend to grow the capability to do it around the world in the years ahead. So very pleased with the progress so far and excited about the future for live sports and non-sports.
Ben Whitaker put a cap on one controversy and somehow found himself in another moments after. 6 months after their first meeting that ended in a draw after the fighters spilled out over the top rope, Whitaker and rival Liam Cameron settled the score, with Whitaker winning by second-round knockout Sunday in Birmingham, England. The end came when Whitaker wobbled Cameron with a right hand and followed with a flurry of punches that prompted the referee to step in for the stoppage. Whitaker may have gotten a little too up close and personal with Cameron's coaches, as he was later accused of spitting at his opponent's corner. He addressed the controversy speaking to Sky Sports after the fight.
No, I'm asking here, Andy, I'm saying that the pictures, this is your chance to address it. The pictures there, obviously you celebrated in their face. I have to ask you that.
Listen, you had everybody boo me, man. They portray me as a bad guy. But at the end of the day, I worked very hard. My emotions came out, and I was roaring like a lion. If a little bit of dribble came out, a bit of dribble came out. But at the end of the day, Jesus is king, and he's the one that put the spirit in me tonight to perform the way I did.
Listen, I know that you...
Quick comment on Colby Covington.
Oh,
What
fuck
happened?
Colby Covington, lad, the little mushroom. Colby the snitch Covington. You can suck this.